Matteo Berretini has to withdraw from the ATP Masters in Madrid because he announced that he has tonsillitis and fever. What is the root cause of tonsillitis? What are the consequences for you if you are a professional athlete as well, who has the same lifestyle as Matteo Berretini? Maybe you are even a professional tennis player, you have to travel a lot, you are exposed to lots of pathogens, you have to take care of your immune system. We're gonna talk about all of that in that video. So what's actually going on if you get tonsillitis? What's happening? So tonsillitis is basically the inflammation of your tonsils. Typical symptoms are that you have a severe sore throat, and some people also get a fever, which is the case with Matteo Berretini. Matteo Berretini used to be a top 10 tennis player. He is one of the best tennis players in the world, actually. Used to be rank 6 in the world. Nowadays he's ranked at 98 because he had lots of injuries. And now he has to withdraw from the ATP Masters in Madrid due to tonsillitis. If you have tonsillitis, what most people do is they go to their doctors. First mistake, no, just kidding. It's okay, go to your doctors. But hear me out. If you go to your doctor with tonsillitis, they usually think it's caused by bacteria, usually Streptococcus bacteria. And the biggest remedy that they have, or the only remedy that they basically have for your tonsillitis, is antibiotics. And when it comes to antibiotics, I'm just thinking, holy moly, not enough people know what antibiotics actually can do to that Streptococcus in your mouth or in your body in general. Because when it comes to tonsillitis, yes, Streptococcus plays a role. Bacteria plays a role when you have tonsillitis. But what they don't know is that there's also a viral infection usually going on. And the virus that is responsible for tonsillitis is the Epstein-Barr virus that is creating the inflammation, that is creating the tonsillitis. Usually, or sometimes, no, more sometimes than usually, sometimes it's even in its monostage. So if you have mononucleosis, which is also the infamous kissing disease, then you also, in that case, you can also have tonsillitis when you have mono. It's accompanied by strep, but the Epstein-Barr virus plays a big role. Now, when you treat that with antibiotics, the biggest issue is that maybe you kill some of that strep, but you don't take care of the virus, and you also kill some of that strep, but some of it you don't. And that means this strep will get antibiotic resistant. And that's something that you don't want to have, because the more antibiotics you take, the more resistant the Streptococcus gets, and the more nasty it is, the more stubborn it is to get rid of it naturally. And of course, your doctors don't know how to treat tonsillitis, how to treat strep naturally. They don't know about golden seal. They don't know about cat's claw. If you mention cat's claw at your doctor, they're probably gonna think that you're gonna consume some of the body parts of your pet. So if you want to heal it naturally and you've taken some antibiotics before it, it takes longer period of time, it takes more effort to get rid of the strep, because this can be so stubborn when you are not taking care of it in the right way and you treat it with antibiotics. It can be so resistant. So what does it actually mean when you are a professional athlete like Matteo Berretini and you get tonsillitis and you just can't attempt such a tournament? Basically, you lose money. In the case of Matteo Berretini, he would be he could easily reach the quarterfinals, even the even the semifinals, and that would be like around 150 and 300,000 euro that he's gonna miss. And just imagine how much money you would leave on the street if you get tonsillitis often and if you get sick often. And he's by far not the only one that is getting severe colds and flus, that is getting mononucleosis, or in this case tonsillitis. And there are so many other tennis players that get chronic illness, that get also autoimmune diseases. Lately, another famous example is Dominic Thiem. He's been struggling with his health for the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. He said his body is not the same anymore. He used to suffer from severe gastritis. Then we have Caroline Wozniacki, and she had rheumatoid arthritis, which completely destroyed her career. We had Venus Williams that had Sjogren's syndrome, and which made her career also miserable, and she could have been a much better player without it. Lately, a female German tennis player came out with rheumatoid arthritis as well. Her name is Eva Lies, also promising talent. And it's just, if you think about what this means for a career of a professional athlete, if you get chronic illness, you know, as a professional athlete, you only have a limited time to do that. You can maybe do it until you're 35, or if you take care of your body like Novak Djokovic, then you maybe can do it until like 45. Let's see how long he's going to do it. But most of them, they don't take care of their bodies like Novak Djokovic is doing. And if you have chronic illness, and if you want to get rid of it naturally, it's even more important to take care of your body in the best possible way. And most of them don't do it. And what I was about to say is that you only have a limited time when you are a professional athlete to make money, because you can maybe do it from when you're 18 until 35 usually. It's a limited time. You can't work like other people in your job until you're like 60. So there's lots of pressure going on. And if you have that talent, and if you maybe already are pro, and you know you can actually make as much money that you can retire when you are 35 and you can do whatever you want, and then you get chronic illness or you get these setbacks all the time, it can just destroy your whole career. And if you don't take care of your body, then that's definitely, or not definitely, but this can actually happen. So I would say you have to take care of your body. You have to have a good diet. You have to take the right kind of supplements and herbs. You have to protect yourself, especially when you're a professional tennis player. You have to protect yourself from radiation, because you travel a lot. They fly like 150 or 200 times a year. You get the radiation when you're flying. You get the radiation when you go through the scanner. So I always say to the tennis players that I work with, you should get a PET scan, that you're not exposed to the radiation that is coming from the scanner. There are so many things to consider, and so many things you have to consider if you want to take care of your health when you are a professional athlete, in that case a professional tennis player. And if you want to know more about that, if you want to know how to implement that in your life, maybe you even have tonsillitis right now and you want to get rid of it. Maybe you suffer from another issue like chronic illness. Maybe you have like long C, the virus everybody used to talk about in the last 4 years. Maybe you have a severe flu, all these kind of things. If you want to know how to treat it naturally without getting it back, because tonsillitis can be stubborn. You can heal it with antibiotics, and then you can get it back within 2 weeks, and it's just a vicious cycle. Then you get another round of antibiotics and you get it back within 2 weeks, and then it's a vicious cycle. So the only way to get rid of it is to treat it naturally. And that's what I'm doing. And if you want to know how to implement that, if you want to know more about that in detail, there's a link in the description where you can book your free discovery call. Make sure to follow me, that you don't miss out on the next videos. And I'm happy to see you in the next videos there. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.